Okay, we're back. There is a little bit of an echo, but...
Oh well. This is as good as it's going to get for now, you know.
I feel like we're going to be invaded. Anytime soon.
We can just cut it out.
Yeah. Okay. So, how should we start this off?
It looks like we already have.
Well, the tables have turned. Well, this is the Avopodcast. Something I wanted to start. And Seth, what's your thoughts?
Was just like, hi, okay, sure.
I asked him if he wanted to be on it, and he was very agreement to it. Is that a word?
No.
All right. Well, I'm going with it. So, I wanted something a little bit more talky because I feel like I talk a lot about myself on my channel, period. Oh, by the way, at the filming of this podcast, I hit 300 subs.
Thanks to me? No, I'm just kidding. You would have done it anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, so I hit 300. Feels pretty good. You know, doing YouTube for 4 years and just now hitting 300.
Yeah.
It's lovely. Seth here has cheese. What's the cheese? What's it called? Oh, and by the way, we're going to be awkward. Definitely. This is like the first podcast we're ever doing. So.
Hi.
Also, sorry if you can hear ourselves in the back. We have the monitors going.
Yeah. So Mason asked me if this cheese was good, and I was like...
Talk a little bit more to your mic.
So I was like, it's Gouda.
It's all natural Gouda cheese, apple smoked. And we're going to eat some. You know, maybe a little bit of ASMR. I don't know.
Straight from the Walmart.
The Walmart. Or us Southerners call it that. So.
Wally World.
Okay, so this episode, we're going to call it... what we're going to call this episode? Just like the introduction, I guess. Like the first podcast where we just sit and talk about ourselves.
Hi, I'm Seth. How are y'all? I live in Charleston, South Carolina at the moment.
Do not reveal your last name. I will bleep it out and post. I'll edit it out and post.
You have completely, taken your last name out of everything? Nobody knows your last name out there?
I mean, I'm sure they do. Like, people from school obviously do, but I don't want people to be like, oh, I know your last name legally, you know? It's not more of like, I still love my last name. It's just like, security. You know, if I ever just become big.
I hope it did. Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. Anyway.
Boy, oh boy.
So, anyway, first episode of the Avopodcast. Okay, what were we going to originally call this podcast?
Yellow Yak.
Yellow Yak.
Oh, that smells good.
Thank you for the adjectives. So we were originally going to call this podcast Yellow Yak, and then we're Southern, so we were like, why don't we just call it Yella? Like, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry.
We were just going to call it Yella, because that's how a lot of people down here say Yellow Yak. Well,
Get off my level.
I didn't like it because it sounded like we were just going to like vom everywhere, just like yak everywhere, and I was not a fan.
That's interesting.
For you non-listeners, Seth is just giving me a plate, and he was unraveling the cheese the whole entire time I was talking. Thank you for that. Just beautiful.
You're welcome.
Now he's cutting into it. Slowly but surely. Did you do it? He did it. I'm commenting on his cheese. On his cheese cutting skills. You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Like cheesecake.
No.
It
My
looks
hands are
like-
clean. My hands are clean.
I wouldn't be eating if it weren't clean. Anyway, I was not a big fan on the name Yellow Yak, and then I'm a big fan of avocados, so I was like, yo, I want to call it something have to do with avocados. And so I wanted to play on avocados. I just didn't want to blatantly call it the Avocado Podcast. So I was like, why don't we just call it the Avopodcast? And then Seth was debating of like, well, wouldn't it be easier to call it Avo as in AVOCOD? And then I was like, no, cod is a type of fish. And then I was like, the correct spelling of avocado is AVOCADO. And then he was just insisting on COD. I said, well, if we're just going to go the OD route, overdose. Anyway, if we're going to go the OD route, why don't we just call it the... Excuse you.
It didn't pick up too much on the mic.
Yes, it did. Anyway. Oh, I can smell it. So it's like bacon.
It does. It's applewood smoked. It tastes good, though. It don't taste like how it
I'm going to
smells.
finish what I was talking about. Anyway. So then I was just like, instead of the OD part, we'll just go with Avopodcast. So the Avopodcast. And here we are.
Here we are.
So we're using a program called Voicemeter to record this.
Voicemeter Banana Edition.
Oh, gotta remember the bananas. Anyway.
Well, the other ones doesn't have a recording feature, just a formatting feature.
I don't think I'm a fan of this cheese.
Did you take a big bite out of it?
No, I took like a mouse bite off of it.
You just gotta take in the flavor, you know?
Quit being Red Link, okay? So we've only been recording for like 6 minutes. Anyway, so I went to the I'm still having trouble saying it because we literally just came up with this name, the Avopodcast. And I hope you like our little beautiful podcast title, cover art. That's the name for it. So we don't know exactly what topics we're going to talk about. I know me and Seth usually have some very funny conversations. So we listed the podcast as comedy. You know, maybe you'll find this funny. I have no idea. So we'll be talking about random topics. Seth will be on and off the podcast throughout the season. Can we call it that? Are we that official? Seth isn't really talking much. He's just enjoying his cheese. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Seth. I play guitar.
That's about the only thing he's good for. What? I didn't say that.
Bite me.
I'll bite this cheese. That tastes like mushy bacon.
It does not.
It does too.
You gotta. Just gotta. Yeah.
My word. So, and he'll be on and off throughout the season. We will be uploading every Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And the video version will come out on YouTube. We will probably most likely have interruptions throughout each podcast, depending on who comes and what happens. We're using a program called Anchor as well to help promote the podcast, to help us get it on Apple and iTunes. Get it on iTunes. Sorry, I don't know where I was going with that.
Hey, I have an interruption.
Did
you do the thing where you're like, where you have like a sign to sync it up?
Shoot, I can do it now. That way it'll sync up with the.
Yeah, you can do it now. That's good. All right, now.
Anyway, there will be an audio version. There will be visual versions as well. Only on YouTube on youtube.com/Mason Avery.
That echo though.
I do have a website, www.masonaveryart.com.
Almost drove.
And I think we could list it there. Do you think? I think Wix will. I just gave away my internet or my website company. Anyway, do you think Wix will let me? This is not sponsored by Wix. I'm not large enough to be sponsored by anyone yet. I will be though.
Hashtag no spons.
Anyway, this is a new podcast. Me and Seth, or I'm at least starting up. I'll have different guests on the show, like friends. Before I go to college.
You're gonna have David Swimmer on?
I don't know who that is.
Friends.
We're learning more about Seth here. Oh yeah, we forgot to pour water. Also, sorry if like chewing cheese or chewing period. Wait, we have to.
ASMR.
No, stop. Okay, I'm gonna pour the water in front of the mic.
Sounds like your fish tank.
Yep, told you. Here's an interruption right now. Yeah.
Cut here.
Do you want your chicken and your vegetables now, or wait?
Wait.
Okay.
Hey, just to let you know, me and Seth are recording right now.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Introducing.
That was my Gma. What up?
Yes, his Gmail.
Gma. Abbreviation for grandmother. And I think we wanted the podcast to be around 45 minutes to an hour. I think that's enough time to talk about each subject. And so the theme of this particular episode was going to be an introduction / childhood memories. Seth said that was kind of depressing, which I do not disagree with at all. You have got to quit chewing that. That is awful. Gosh. Okay.
I thought your viewers love ASMR.
So I feel like the first half of this podcast will be just like introducing ourselves, which will be on the shorter side, and then the other side of this will be the childhood memories part, where we'll just like talk about like and go through our lives age by age and what has happened. Excuse me. Ew, what? Oh, it's on the plastic. I thought it was on the table.
No.
He has cheese sitting on a crumbled plastic.
If there's anyone that's watching that I used to go to school with, I did not fall off the face of the earth. I'm okay.
He just moved states. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna crumble this water bottle. We're at ASMR. Also, we're kind of stalling. Seth, we're about to start talking, but ASMR first.
And we just lost 5 viewers.
No, we lost all 300 subscribers. Smash that unsubscribe button. Smash me on restricted mode. Alright, so introduction. You already know me. I've been on YouTube for the past, 3 or 4 years?
Since 1914.
Yes, totally. I'm that old. Me, Seth, and my friend Alatea originally started the YouTube channel you're currently seeing this on as Let's Talk Skittles. Well, that went great. In fact, one of the our first ever episode, or I think it was episode 4 or 2 of Let's Talk Skittles, this was going to be like our top show thing that I started freshman year of high school. I did videos before this, like we had the Bro Talk show, but I don't think we ever uploaded on YouTube. We may have did once, but when we did Let's Talk Skittles, about 6 or 7 episodes in, I received a copyright from YouTube saying I couldn't use the Skittles name in my YouTube channel. So I kind of went through a content change. After that, I didn't upload for maybe 3 or 4 months. And then I was like, I'm already an artist, so why don't I just upload art videos? So I started a new channel phase, and it's been growing ever since. Now it's just Mason Avery. That's me. That's my YouTube life. But me and Seth started the Bro Talk show. But Seth wanted to call it the Bro Show. That was already a thing, but he still wanted to call it that.
That is not right. I originally want to call it the Bro Show, but then
I just said that.
I'm confused.
Anyway,
don't pay no attention to me. No.
You're the second half of the podcast.
I know.
I'm just explaining like the YouTube experience of us so far.
The more you eat it, it tastes like Cheez-Its. I'm not lying.
I don't think they're gonna go out just to Walmart and buy it just because we're eating it.
Fans are crazy.
Speaking of fans, hello Ivy. I know you're watching.
Did you say Ivy?
Ivy.
Oh.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Abby. I was like, huh? I don't know.
No.
What?
Speaking of Abby, I get so off topic.
Excuse me.
Oh my gosh! Can you hold it in? Also, why are we eating cheese on a podcast?
Why not?
All right, eating cheese and our starts. Anyway, I've been doing art forever. Transitioned my channel into that and more of a lifestyle type of thing. My door just rattled. Anyway, so more of a comedy type of thing is what I did a while ago with Let's Talk Skittles. I have all of those unlisted, all those Let's Talk Skittles videos unlisted. I have one, but I changed the name of it. It's the one where I'm introducing myself, which I made back in 2014. That was originally a Let's Talk Skittles episode. The government's listening. Alexa just came on. Shoot. No, stop. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, so Alatea is a good friend of mine. She moves schools, and that I credit her for helping me start this podcast. Or not this podcast. This YouTube channel. Goodness. So that's a little bit about me. So I think we'll go to Seth. That's licking his cheese. I think you're supposed to eat that, bud. Anyway, okay. What would you like to say?
I just got a case of forgetting what I'm going to say. Well, it's not that I forget what I was going to say, but when you put on the spot, you don't know what to say. I don't know.
Well, just introduce yourself. What are you into? What kind of music are you into?
Well, the kind of music I'm into, I like guitar music. Back then, before I really got into guitar, it was Elvis and Buddy Holly and stuff, those really old stuff. And then these later years, after I've been playing guitar, I would say I'm a decent guitar player. I'm okay. And
he's degrading himself. Go. He's magnificent. 10 out of 10. Go.
Gross. Anyway, so I don't know. Derek Trucks is great. John Mayer is magnificent.
He's that dude.
I am hurt. I do not like his new song, New Light.
You just hurt the entire fandom.
No, I do not. But he's a great guitar player. Eric Clapton is phenomenal. So is Stevie Ray Vaughan.
What grade are you in?
Don't make me realize it.
He's going to be a junior. I'm an upcoming senior. It's okay. It'll be okay.
I'm just gonna eat my cheese and go to bed.
A depression nap. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. We're never eating on the podcast again.
It tastes like cheeses, don't it?
Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, so, anything else? Introduce yourself.
One more thing.
Yeah.
CJ, if you're watching, I'm sorry I haven't talked to you in a while.
This is just a homage to all of Seth's friends that he left.
There was only one friend I really seen since, and that was whenever I went to your open house at school, and I had saw one of my old friends, Jared. He said hi, and I said hi, and that was it. And I walked out the door and went to the car. I saw so many people, and it was like nostalgia. It was bad.
Oh boy. Well, luckily for me, I have half a year of this stuff left.
Don't tell Kearney.
This cheese is good. Stop. That's so nasty. What kind of YouTubers do you watch?
I watch Shane Dawson. I watch a lot of guitar videos that you probably wouldn't know. Minus Tech Tips is 100% grade A. What was another? I watched a little bit Julian and Jenna Marbles, just like Mason does. A little bit.
Julian Solomita and Mrs. Jenna Marbles.
What was the other? What did I watch? Bon Appetit. No. Bon Appetit. Blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Bon Appetit is a grade A, too. Binging with Babish. Holy crap.
Binging.
Oh, why did I keep saying that? Binging with Babish. That's some good stuff right there.
Binging.
Binging. Something else. I don't remember. Let me look through my YouTube.
He watches you. Wow, he watches Good Mythical Morning periodically. I'm definitely a fan of some podcasts I'll mention. H3H3. Jenna Julian podcast. Ear Biscuits. What's another one I watch? Oh, Don't Mess with Christine Sudoku. Very great content. Man. Alright. So, me and...
Ooh. Did you watch that?
I think I have.
I did not. I didn't even know that existed.
Why do you not have dark mode turned on YouTube?
I did for the longest time, then I turned it off because I didn't like it. It kind of made me depressed, to be honest.
T.
Oh yeah, I watched H3H3 podcast. Them things good.
I just said that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I did not notice.
Yeah. So I think me and Seth wanted to do like our very first segment on the podcast where we both pick a song and we tell our thoughts about it.
Oh yeah.
Not yet.
Jay's 2 cents, really good too. Okay, good.
Was that a YouTuber?
Mhm.
Okay.
Jay's 2 cents.
Anyway, so we're reaching our halfway point, kinda.
Almost. We got about 6 more minutes until the 29-minute mark. I put it on there for 27. It's got 4.
So four more minutes. So I just want to explain like what we're gonna mention. So each episode will around the halfway mark mention our favorite songs and or give our thoughts. It'll be maybe like 5 minutes, and we won't be what's the word I'm looking for? We won't be being filmed. We won't be filmed. There will be no like video during this part. It's to give my camera a little bit of a rest and to change out the battery if it needs to happen. But it'll be like a 5-minute segment.
And then step up your game. No,
what the heck? It's my camera.
His camera's 3 or 4 years old.
Mm-hmm. But you use what you have. And it's done me good. It's done me really good. And I kind of don't have a job at the moment. I would get one if I had a job. Anyway, so we'll just mention our favorite songs of the week, every week, our favorite songs of the week, and we'll talk about them and the artist if we feel like it. Just songs. Music. Music is a big part of both of our lives. Me, more listening and finding different artists to connect to. Seth is more playing music and learning new music. So I think it'd be pretty interesting as to what we speak about in each segment. After the segment, we're not eating cheese anymore. All the viewers are grossed out by now. Also, bless you if you've made it this far into the podcast, which I doubt anybody's watched. Well, you gotta start somewhere. Oh. QOTD, question of the day. Do you think we should continue to upload on the Mason Avery channel, which I think is what we're going to do for a good while until my channel picks up pace, or if the podcast just picks up pace, creating a separate channel for the podcast, which I don't see happening in a while.
No.
And we need to figure out how many episodes are going to be in a season, because obviously I can't do this year round. Stop. Gross. Anyway, I can't do this year round. Neither can Seth. So we'll have seasons. I'll be surprised if this goes past a second season. I'm just being honest.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
The world may never know. Anybody get what that's from? How many licks does it get to take the center of a Tootsie Pop roll? Alright, Tootsie Pop, pop, pop. I forget. Stop. Stop, Seth. Stop.
Alright. So here is mine and Seth's favorite song of the week. Hope you enjoy. Hope you can go and listen to this music. Seth is a bit more on the older side, more folk, more laid back. I'm a little bit more on the elevator music type of music. And a little bit more lo-fi. Is that?
How did I forget?
And pop. Say it. Say one last thing. Before.
Jimi Hendrix.
Oh.
What I
that? No, we're not on the segment yet.
Oh.
Okay.
I already mentioned some artists. I was just adding to it.
Oh, well.
I was going to mention songs later.
Well, here's the segment. Hope you enjoy.
Bruh.
And welcome back. This is Mason and Seth's Song of the Week segment on the Avopodcast. So, my favorite song of the week is You Should See Me in a Crown by Billie Eilish. No, that we're not recording. We're not film recording.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, he just put on a timer. That's what we're using for the camera because my camera can only record in 30-minute increments. And that's for the video version, which is on youtube.com/Mason Avery. Anyway, my favorite song of the week is You Should See Me in a Crown by Billie Eilish. She just dropped it Wednesday.
I think so? Yeah.
Wednesday. What day was that? Wednesday, July. Someone's stomach. Is that your stomach?
Yeah.
Wednesday, July 18th. That's when she dropped it. The first time I listened to that song, I was on the floor.
The video is on Instagram.
Of my... No, it's not. It's on my spam. Do not.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, do not.
Well, most of the people that's going to listen to this in the first place is...
Almost, yeah.
It was on Instagram.
Anyway, I screamed. I got such chills whenever I listened to that song. I was on the floor. I had to grab a hold of the counter. Shook. Okay, anyway. I mean...
That wasn't good.
It was so soft and outgoing, then it kind of built up. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then it was like... And I was like... It was very emotional for me. Anyway, Billie Eilish, she's very BA, if you know what I mean. That's my review of the song, and Billie, you should go listen to her. She's a little bit of a freak with spiders, especially on this new song. Her new album's coming out at the beginning of 2019, so if you want to go look at that, be my guest. Seth, you're up.
Oh no, I've been put on the spot.
So your favorite song of the week?
This is difficult for me because I'm not like normal people that have a favorite song. I just have a collective of songs that I listen to for literally like 5 months.
Well, what's a new song you've discovered recently, or one that you're just like kind of that sticks
I haven't
out?
really listened to it because I've been asleep most of the summer. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Well, a song that really comes to mind is a song I discovered. None of these songs are going to be new. I haven't been into a new song that just came. I've never been into a new song that just came out. But this song I discovered is the live. It's Any Day, live. It's a cover of Eric Clapton's song Any Day, or Derek and the Dominoes. But it's Derek Trucks Band. Timestamp is about 5 minutes on, and it's like ASMR to me.
What's in the song? How does it make you feel?
I don't know. It's hard to explain. From this perspective of a guitar player, it's hard to explain.
Thank you, camera, for shutting off.
Oh, I thought it took a picture.
No. I left it on. I meant to turn it off, but it turns off by itself. So that was mine and Seth's favorite song of the week. Hope you enjoyed. Go listen to those songs. The links will be in the description to Apple Music or iTunes or YouTube. Whatever. So yeah, first segment ever on the podcast. How do you feel about that?
Good. No haters in the comments, please.
Oh, Billy gets a lot of hate. Let's not go there, ladies. Okay. All right. So, back to the regular podcast. Childhood memories. 3, a 2, a 1. And we're back. Sorry if you hear claps within the podcast. That's so I can sync up the audio with the video. Those who are watching on youtube.com/Mason Avery. I've mentioned that like 3 or 4 times. So, this segment we were going to talk about some childhood memories. I think we should start off first with what is our earliest childhood memory that you can think of at the current moment?
Definitely the woman who lived in that house back there.
Well, you have to give a little bit more details because
I'll get there. We used to live in this house, this small trailer. Well, I wouldn't say small. I don't remember how big it was.
I would say it's a medium-sized trailer.
Probably it's a double wide.
Yeah.
Anybody can know what that means. Anyway, yeah, we lived in there. Man, I lost my train of thought.
Earliest memory?
Alright, yeah. I don't know if it's our earliest memory, but well, yeah, it's back. It was on a back small road, you know, in the middle of nowhere where we live.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I remember being in the living room and seeing seeing my mom's car outside the sliding glass window that's sitting in the living room.
Mama. Mama. Okay, anyway. And seeing your mom's car?
Yeah.
Our mom's car?
Yeah.
Anyway. I would say my earliest childhood memory would be going to a yard sale with my mother. We were going to pick out some VHS tapes. I think he's only a year and 10 months younger than me, so we just always say 2 years apart.
Yes.
I believe I was walking though, but you were either just a baby or about to be born into the world. But I remember going to a yard sale with mom and getting some VHS tapes, and I don't remember the memory in color. I remember in like a sepia tone, black and white.
Like what's that, chromatone?
Oh, it's sepia. It's called sepia. It's like a brownish. Instead of black and white, it's like brown and...
Well, but what is that black and white? Chromatic?
Chromatic,
something like that.
Something like that, yeah. So, I guess we should start off with, like, what's our earliest childhood memory together?
I don't know.
Or, like, you have of me and I have of you.
I don't know. I cannot think of that.
Oh, well, here's a significant one. We can do broken bones. Have you ever broken a bone?
Mm-mm.
Oh boy, have I got some stories for y'all. So I don't know how old I was. Okay, I was probably 5 or 4 when this happened, but I think it was for my birthday. My grandparents had gotten us a wooden swing set. It was maybe like $100 swing set you get from Walmart or something like that, and my dad was pushing me on the swing because I wasn't really able to like use my body weight in order to make me swing. So my dad kind of pushed a little too hard on the swing set, and I kind of let go. And
yeet.
Yeah, yeet. Okay, anyway, sorry. And I kind of went flying through the air. Well, it's not kinda. I definitely went flying through the air.
I remember that. And
my mom actually dove. Like, baseball pitcher gonna catch a ball dove.
Was I there?
Yeah, you were swinging.
Yeah, I remember some of that.
But
it's very vague.
I don't remember anything about Dad. But anyway, I kind of like landed on my left shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was kind of too late. She was already on the ground, and I landed in her hands on the ground. So I remember it hurting really bad, and I was like, ow. And Dad was just brushing it off like, oh, you'll be okay. You're fine. Just shut up, just
walk it off.
Yeah, walk it off. He was that kind of dad. Well, later that night, my mom was just like, "Okay, nothing's feeling right. It's still hurting. It's been over 6 hours. Maybe the pain would have gone down, and it's kind of swollen." So we went to the doctor.
Emergency room.
To the emergency room, and my mom, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, turns out I had broken my left collarbone, and we also found out that if it wouldn't have broken completely in half, I would have had problems with it all my life. So it's a good thing it had broken half. If it was going to break, it was broken completely in half. It was good. One of the main memories I have of being in the hospital was me trying to pee with a sling. That's the only thing I remember, was like getting up out of the hospital bed with a sling, like trying to pee. I don't know why I remember that.
Interesting.
Interessante. And then here's what's crazy. I was talking to Mom recently about this, and she said, "Do you remember the man that came in there and you were talking to?" And I was like, okay, I guess I've always been a weird child. Apparently, I was talking to a man that wasn't there. Mom was in the other room. We were separated by a curtain, and she was just listening to me. And I started talking to somebody, and she came in there while I was still talking, and I said, "Mama, do you not see the man?" or whatever. And she was like, "No, Mason, there's no man."
I remember something like that.
I don't.
I remember them telling the story. I know Granny was talking about how you were supposedly talking to angels.
Oh gosh, no, I remember this. I don't remember if it was Jesus.
Jesus.
I don't remember if that's what it was or something saw. I definitely saw something, or if it was my imagination. Don't know, but I remember I just remember crying, wanting to see Jesus really bad. And I went back to my room and I was just crying because I was like, I want to see Jesus. I need to know if he's still here. And I remember looking up and something was like right in front of my face. And I was like, okay, we're good. Deuces. And I went back to Granny and I was like, I saw Jesus. I saw something. And they were just screaming up and down. Anyway, that story kind of makes me a little bit uncomfortable. Next story, or weird supernatural memories. Do you have any ghost memories, like of when we lived in the bigger house, or?
I don't remember much about that house. I barely remember the floor plan.
I barely.
Barely.
Okay, you have to speak about some type of memory. I've been talking about my memories for a little bit.
Oh, I don't know.
Like, oh gosh, I'm not gonna bring that one up. You know which one I'm talking about.
I think I do. Anyway.
Can I bring that one up?
No!
Oh boy.
No!
I won't.
New subject.
New childhood memory.
No. I want that one to be erased from history forever.
I'm gonna end up telling it anyway.
You're gonna tell it to people that's gonna be asking. I don't care. You can do that then.
No, you tell it then. You tell it.
No!
Why?
I'm not even sure. The what? No, I ain't telling that.
Oh boy.
No.
Why not?
Cause. No. That was a childhood moment right there.
That was so funny though. See, now that I've brought it up, I feel like we have to talk about it. Please. You were smaller then. You're not that. I mean, I'm gonna tell it anyway.
I was at least 4. No, I wouldn't say at least. I was at most 4. Let's put it that word. Right? I was like 4 or 5.
I would say 5 or 6.
I was a little kid, and I had a stomach ache. You take it away. Take it away.
So you're just gonna start off with you had a stomach ache?
I remember my stomach hurting.
Cause you will back up. Anyway, so me, Seth, and Seth doesn't remember this part, but my stepbrother compadre. We'll just call him compadre. I don't really feel like saying his name.
Stepbrother at the time.
Yes, no longer.
No longer, yeah.
And well, while me and compadre were swimming, Seth here is like, I gotta use the bathroom. I said, okay, we'll get out. And then he kind of just sits there, and he has this weird look on his face for a second.
I do not remember that.
I'm telling this like by...
Can I leave the room?
No.
Man.
And then
torture.
You get out of the pool and go onto our porch. We have like a wraparound porch, our house.
Yeah.
And he goes to the front door, and his shorts on the back just have like a little bit of a bulge. I'm like, sus. This is sus.
No, I didn't use... I know I do. I remember that. I didn't use the bathroom in the pool.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
It kind of fell.
Anyway.
I hate this story.
So, I'm going up onto the porch, and I see this... I see this big ball, like softball, like as big as this mic, ball of you know what fall out of his shorts.
I hate this story.
And I scream, poop! I just point at it. And you take it away from here.
No! I have nothing to do with this story. This is your own story. I'm drinking my water. What's going on?
And Seth reminded me that Seth went inside to tell our granny.
No. I went inside to use the bathroom to finish.
Oh, to finish. Anyway, he comes out of the bathroom and asks Granny if she had got it up.
Man, this was a young mistake, you know. I hate this.
If she had got it up. And then she goes outside and goes...
No. This was all outside. She had just she was like going to go in. I said, "Did you get it up?" And she said, "What?" Here, Mason over here is like...
He's pointing. Like, I'm violently pointing at this just...
And Gurney goes...
softball.
"Oh my gosh, Seth!" Daily embarrassment.
Oh, that'll make me cry.
This is gonna haunt me for the rest of my life.
Anyway, I don't even remember if she got it up. Did she?
I do not remember.
I just remember...
The only thing I remember the next time is the next weekend. I remember asking her if she had washed my shorts, my swim shorts.
I hope she did.
I hope she did too. I forgot if she said yes or no.
Oh boy! But the most vivid memory from that whole situation was it falling out of your shorts.
I do not remember that.
I do. I remember looking at you and it just going bloop. And it was so big. Like, how did that come out of you?
Let's get off this conversation.
It was so big. Like, when you're small. He used to be really skinny as a kid. Like, almost anorexic kid. Like, he was still fed well. He just had a high metabolism. But...
now it's all gone.
I just remember it being, like, so big.
Can we stop? There are... I'm pretty sure somehow my friend Scotty's gonna end up with this.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna pay for this at school.
Okay, now take your pick at me. Are there any funny memories of me that are kind of embarrassing?
I cannot think of any.
Why not?
Because I'm the embarrassing kid. No. Can you think of one?
I'm trying to. The only one I can think of is, like, whenever I was at school,
Oh, you had done... I remember you telling me a story about how you had done something in your paint at school, and then...
We're not talking about that. I already know what you're talking about.
You messed yourself in school.
No, I didn't.
In a rally, right?
That was, like, 5th grade.
I know!
No, that's disgusting. That's, like, still, like, poop related. We're not going there.
Oh, well, it's about you now.
Well, we're going toots, okay? So in 6th grade, you all know, if you've done this before, how freaking embarrassing this is. I was in math class. I can't believe I'm bringing this back up. It
all started at band camp. No, I'm
Oh, I'm not in band. Though.
I know, that was a joke.
Anyway, so I was sitting in math class. I bent down to get my folder. Well, little did I know, I had really bad IBS back then.
What's that mean? Alright, what's that stand for?
I burped, sorry. Irritable bowel syndrome. Like, I have it now, but I think it's gluten. I think back then I had it. I just didn't realize that it was that. Anyway, I was really holding in a gas. I was holding in gas.
Bent over.
I bent over and
Rip.
I couldn't hold it in anymore, and it was just like silence because everybody was working on their math work, and all of a sudden I leaned down and you hear,
Oh, Jesus!
and you hear the loudest rip you could ever amount. To me, it sounded just awfully huge. Everyone looks toward my way, and I had this one girl sitting beside me, and I blamed it on her. I said, "Why did you do that?" And she's like, "It wasn't me." And I was like, I was just so embarrassed that it was me anyway, that I had done it.
That's fine.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's funny.
Funny. Okay.
Let's talk about how I built Papa computer.
Well,
I'm pretty proud of that. I built my
no,
first computer.
childhood memories.
I'm still a child, and this happened a few days ago. No, this happened a month ago. I built my grandpa a computer. I was pretty proud of myself. It wasn't hard at all.
End of story?
No.
Oh.
Lots of problems happened. Actually, only one problem happened. Activation key wouldn't work on Windows. Man, that didn't work. And then I had to get it. Then I finally got it to work. It came out okay. It runs really smoothly. It runs a whole lot better than the piece of junk they had, and it kind of runs a little bit better than the piece of junk Mason got right now. Just kidding. It's not a piece of junk, but you know what I mean.
It passes by.
It passes. It passes. Anyway.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember any other memories, like
That was a filler. That was a feeler story.
a fillers for me to think.
Yeah, you think. That's what I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna keep. Cause I went with the crappiest components that I realize now.
No, talk about memories.
Remember, this is a memory.
So I can think of one.
Oh, memories. I remember when Mason and Alatea were first come over here to film. Whenever they were first starting this thing, and I remember the day that they were in here filming that. Y'all probably never seen this, but they had filmed this very Mythbusters like kind of thing where they took a whole bunch of pictures of themselves to make a video.
Oh no, it was the intro to Let's Talk Skittles.
Yeah, it was the intro.
I still have that somewhere.
Yeah, you need to stick that thing on.
I will. I'll stick it up if you're watching video.
Yeah.
But it was like a stop motion intro, but it included us, but we didn't want to actually like film it. We wanted to do like a Mythbusters type of intro type of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, what were you saying about it? You remember?
I remember when they were doing that. I remember they used to Mason specifically. Alatea couldn't give two craps, but you shoved me out of your room as y'all did it. I remember that.
So
Brotherly love. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm not to throw you on the bus, but like at the time.
well, I mean, it was
hormones. No, not hormones.
Oh my word. Well, I mean, at the time, it was just me and Alatea that were wanting to do it, and I know you wanted to be included, but like,
No, I'm just kidding.
good lord.
I was a handful at the time. I was something else. Anyway, yeah, I remember that. And then I remember y'all going outside to film something. Oh, a jump in the air. And man, that was hard to film. Not hard to film. You were trying to take a picture as you jumped in the air, and you had to time it just right. And I don't think y'all ever got it, but
I don't remember that.
you don't remember that?
The only thing I remember specifically with Alatea, oh boy.
I had farted, and then
She said bless you.
I farted, and you were so embarrassed, and then you said bless you. Oh.
She said bless you.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
Did I say
cannot.
you said? No.
Yeah. I cannot believe you did that. That was so flipping
I felt bad
embarrassing.
at the time, but at the time I didn't care. I feel bad at the time. Now I would be completely embarrassed.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
This was like 4 years ago, man. No, it was like 3 years ago.
I still have like the original The Bro Talk Show versions edited on that computer in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had made like a movie
Was my
poster.
hair slicked back?
No, you were skinny.
Okay.
You were in your skinny phase. We had like really short hair.
I hate this podcast. Let me tell you why.
You hate this podcast?
Yes, because you told the story. That was the unspeakable. I don't know.
That
was my spew.
You hate it already?
Mm-hmm.
Well, sorry, bud, but you've got like 5 more episodes to film with me.
Oh. Does this have to be the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus.
We've introduced ourselves.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't ear rape people. Gee.
Ear rape?
That's what that... I mean, whenever you get like really close to the mic, yeah. That's what that means.
Hi.
Oh, boy. So how much time do we have left?
We got 6:25.
So I guess we can reflect on the podcast and see how far we've gone at the current moment. So, I mean, what did you think of the podcast? Like, it's kind of short. It feels short.
So far we've clocked in at 51 minutes.
Of voice recording, which, I mean, some of that we have to take out and edit and certain stuff.
Yeah, we definitely do. Fishy. Mason has fish.
Oh my goodness. So, I mean, just like, do you think we're going to be able to do more of the podcast? Like, are you enjoying it so far? I think we'll warm up as time goes by to like actually talking.
Yeah.
Like in this setting.
We'll definitely be able to do more whenever like we're around each other. Yeah.
He's staying here for a month, or for the rest of the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it went well. I think we just need to warm up a little bit, and like, I don't know. I felt like it went good. I did talk a lot.
You did.
I feel like you can.
You did.
I feel like you can definitely open up a little bit more. That's what I'm saying. I think you'll get used to it.
So, if that story happened to you, would you feel comfortable saying that?
Actually, no.
Then why would you talk about it? Consider others.
Oh well.
I give up on life. I want to try out this thing.
No, stop. Don't. Leave the computer alone. Okay, well, I guess that's the end of the podcast. What do you think? It feels
I
kinda
have
weird
ruined. I have been ruined.
No, you have not been ruined.
I have been ruined.
No, you have not.
Oh, well, I don't care.
Anyway, we're still tinkering with stuff. Like I've been sitting closer to the my microphone the whole entire podcast. Seth has kind of been farther away, so he may have sounded.
Hi, how are y'all?
Don't. This bad.
Rest in peace, headphone users.
I might have to up your volume next time.
Yeah.
I think that's what might happen because I'm sitting a little bit more close to the microphone in order to hear me.
Well, let's hurry up and get off here. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this episode, or the first episode. It is the first episode of the Avopodcast, featuring Mason Avery and Seth Ballard. Seth. My brother Seth.
Oh, no, it's been leaked. You might as well say it now.
No, I said Seth Don't say it.
My last name, B.
No. Okay, bye.